I don't think I can risk it. I think it's time to run. I need to make up my mind. Okay. Run!
Cradle of Horror presents The Curfew.
The year is 2126, and I'm recording this on Thursday, June 20th. It doesn't get better, at least not for most of us, and you know exactly who I mean. It's always the same people who get left behind, who are made to feel like burdens and outsiders, the different people, the others. This message should reach you in 2026, and I hope that it does because this is a warning. This is a warning that you cannot become complacent. You cannot believe that everything will just work itself out. It won't. I can tell you with absolute certainty. Something as simple as walking down the street at night is almost impossible for me. It doesn't matter how much technology advances. Until somebody figures out teleportation, I guess women will always be at risk when walking home alone at night. I'm sure you think that everything got worse because of some illegal government takeover, but no, that's not what happened. This government was duly elected by the population in a fair election. I know, it makes it much worse. They didn't waste any time limiting our freedoms, where we can go, when, what we can wear, what we can do. And if that wasn't enough, they implemented a curfew law. Starting at 8 p.m. every night, all roads, passageways, paths, and sidewalks are shut down except for 5 routes. Why would they do that? They say it's for safety reasons. They say that keeping only some routes open means that there will be better patrols at night in those areas. And it will also cost less for policing. Ah yes, cost-cutting measures are always a priority when women's health and safety are on the line. Really though, this is about surveillance. This is about making people feel observed. It won't matter, the government spokesperson said. Good women are home by 8 p.m. anyway. And the pretense that this was all about safety was debunked almost immediately after the law was enacted, when every predator descended on those streets after 8 p.m. And the patrols they said would be around, they're nowhere to be seen. The android police aren't even programmed to go down those streets. So the streets are dangerous, and men know that those women don't matter. The government basically said so. Therefore, those streets are essentially hunting grounds. I usually try to get home before the 8 p.m. shutdown, but today my boss kept me late. I think he did it on purpose. He smirked when I told him I wanted to get home before the curfew. He'd called me a troublemaker earlier in the week because I stood up for a colleague. I should have known that this would happen. When I was finally able to leave, I grabbed my things and ran out the door, but it was too late. The bright city of the day had disappeared into a fearful den of uncertainty at night. I was ready though. I'm always ready. I had mace in my pocket that I was holding, and I had a pocket knife on my chain, and I had a whistle. The whistle is useless, but it can be used to alert other women that there's danger. I know you're probably wondering, why wasn't I holding my cell? That's because there's no one to call. I've talked to many women about how to deal with walking home at night. We've shared strategies, ideas, what's worked, and we share when we hear stories about what didn't work. It's like we're trying to crack the code. If we do everything right, we can win, even though we know we're in a losing game. I have rules for myself when I walk home at night. Number 1, do not run unless absolutely necessary. Running only brings attention to yourself. It also gives them what they want. A scared woman. A scared woman is more fun to stalk. Number 2, focus on breathing. Keeping your breathing calm and regulated helps you stay calm and regulated. Number 3, keep your hands on your weapon of choice and your keychain. Having a weapon on your keychain is doubly helpful. Number 4, if you see anyone, smile. But not too big, it'll seem like an invitation. But also not too small, it'll seem like a disinvitation. And yes, both of those are considered trouble. Am I policing my behavior in a way that may not even matter in the end? Probably, but it's the only way I know how to survive. Now, I'm recording this as I turn onto one of the open streets. keeping my breathing calm. I have my hand on my mace. Breathe in and out, hand on mace and keychain. Breathe in and out, hand on mace and keychain. Now that's the sound that scares me. The steps are heavy. They feel almost as if they're shaking the ground. I can't tell where they're coming from. Behind me, in front of me, to the side, I don't know. The worst thing would be to walk right into them, to serve myself up on a silver platter. I can't use a flashlight because a friend of mine used the flashlight on her cell phone once. Soon after it was lit up, the cell phone was shot clear out of her hand. She never did that again. I know how long I've been walking for, and although I can't see any landmarks, I know I'm 5 minutes away from home. Breathe in and out, hand on mace and keychain. Breathe in and out, hand on mace and keychain. 3 minutes left to go. What was that? It sounded like an engine starting, but I think it's too far away. Should I run? I feel the sweat on my forehead, but I refuse to wipe it. I don't want anyone to see me get nervous. I don't think I can risk it. I think it's time to run. I need to make up my mind. Okay. Run! I know I'm within seconds of my front door, but I can't fiddle with the keys when I get there. That'll waste too much time and leave me vulnerable. I need to pull them out while I'm running. I whip out the keychain attached to the pocket knife and isolate the front door key. It's just a bird. Focus. Get home. Oh no, the alarm. I don't know what alarm it is. It could just be a car alarm that was triggered, or it could be someone bringing attention to me, so I have to run faster just in case. Shoot, I lost a hold of my keys. Okay, I made it home. I made it home. I'm safe. Please, if you're listening, don't let it get to this. Signing off. No. No. No.